Good evening and welcome back to Be Rich. People who know me know that I am very passionate about listening to music, though I do not know much about it. One of my favorite genre of music is, of course, jazz. And me and my nephew keep discussing jazz. One of the all-time greats in jazz in playing saxophone is a man called John Coltrane. Recently, me and my brother have been talking about John Coltrane because when I was in Madurai, two kids came up to me and said they play music in that hotel where I was staying. And one said he plays the saxophone. So once he said he played the saxophone, I asked him, does he know of jazz? Louis Armstrong, the trumpeter, Miles Davis, the trumpeter, John Coltrane, the great sax player, Ray Charles Parker, another great sax player. They didn't know anything and I was very disappointed. I was telling my brother, these kids do not know of Coltrane. What happened is, I'm a regular reader of Wall Street. In Wall Street, I came across a story which would be of a great interest to you. There's a young kid of Indian origin who started investing in stocks at age 16. His name is Mandeep Manku. Mandeep Manku gained popularity in stocks in 2000 when he wrote an article for an investment magazine prophesying that the dot-com bubble would burst. Unfortunately, he did not make much money from the burst of dot-com, and he in fact took some losses. But Manku decided to make investment his career and then moved on to Deutsche Bank, and from Deutsche Bank went to 3 Point, a very famous mutual fund run by Daniel Loeb. And once he had put in sufficient yards in Daniel Loeb's 3 Point, he decided to start his own fund called the Coltrane and named it after his idol John Coltrane. So the fund is called the Coltrane Asset Management Fund and it runs a hedge fund. The last 3 years have been extremely difficult for Coltrane. Coltrane already suffered a huge loss due to the pandemic when all stocks dropped, and he decided not to wait for the stocks to bounce. He decided, as the market moved up, he found that tech companies were extremely overvalued. Be it Netflix, be it Meta Labs, be it Tesla, be it Peloton, he decided to change the direction of his fund and built up a large short position against all tech companies. In fact, in an interview, he says he shorted any company which was valued at more than 10 times revenues. Most of these companies which he shorted were not even making profits. As I have argued several times, these companies have been making money, that is, have been receiving money only for the reason the Fed has been repeatedly filling up the punch bowl and giving up lot of liquidity at very low costs. The very wealthy who already have hard assets borrow against their assets at dirt cheap rates and reinvest this money. And this money goes through the casino of private equity into these companies who do not even know the word profits, who don't know the word positive cash flow. There are some like Warren Buffett who use this time to take a leverage position in undervalued Japanese stocks. But most investors, especially the type of SoftBank, decided to throw the money into the kitchen sinker at anything called tech. I know for sure that the Indian companies they backed, Oyo, Ola, and Byju's, are big bubbles waiting to be pricked and go bankrupt. Unfortunately, there was a lot of hedge funds which wanted to invest in these high-tech growth companies and kept pumping the market up. And the worst point was in 2021. Mandeep Manku decided to stay true to his calculations, his foundational analysis, and his rational beliefs. It is in markets not enough to be right, but to be long enough with your positions till you are proved right for you to make money. Mandeep had learned his lessons from what happened to him in 2000. So he kept doubling his positions and continued to short these markets as the prices kept rising, because his fundamental analysis was very clear. When he started taking these bets, the funds was worth 1 billion, and then 56% of the people who had invested in his funds decided to withdraw the money from his funds. This means that his funds was facing a lot of outflow and he had to manage a very stressed payment, which meant that he had to close out positions which he didn't have to, which he didn't want to, but had to because the clients wanted out. Totally 56% of his clients dropped. The market kept rallying and his fund limit was down to $200 million, a loss of anywhere between $700 to $800 million. This loss included actual losses in shorting plus mainly about funds leaving the company. And then inflation happened, and then he knew the tide had turned in the year 2021 as inflation began to bite and tech stocks began to moderate. And then, as more and more stocks started tumbling and the tech heavy Nasdaq dropped more than 35%, his fund was up 223% for the year. This is not a small number, this is a huge number. That is, if you had 100 rupees, then you doubling it to will be 200. 200% of that will be 400. So he has made that kind of money and he decided to close his positions. The very few people who stayed with him have made a lot of money. It is not important, as I said, to be right, that most people with analysis can be. What is important is to stick around till you are proved right and have your positions and end up wealthy. Mandip Manku, who runs a fund named after the great John Coltrane, did so. His story is inspiring, as was Dr. Michael Berry's story. I hope you listen to it, research a bit more, and find things about him and be inspired. Thank you for watching Be Rich. If you like this content, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button of my channel, and turn on the bell notification. If you do not turn on the bell notification, you will not be notified every time we put out a video. Once again, I thank you for your support to Be Rich. It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.